What is up, everyone? Renfail here, and we're back with some more Warhammer 40K Rogue Trader from Owlcat Games. We're in the beta, and as I continue to learn more about this game in preparation for the launch, I've been doing my Beginner's Guide series. And today we're going to be diving into the Ultimate Beginner's Guide to Character Creation, if you are someone like me, who is a new player, who's completely new to Warhammer lore, and you've never played this game before. There's a lot to uncover, there's a lot to explore, there's a lot to understand. I've been slowly but surely working my way through all of the lore-based questions, and I think I've got a pretty good handling on things. So without further ado, we're going to go ahead and create a brand new character for all of you today so that you can understand how to go through the character creation process. The basic story here is that you are a rogue trader, a scion of an ancient dynasty of daring privateers that reign over their trade protectorate and explore the fringes of the known galaxy. Without spoiling too much of the story, what I can say is that when you start off the game, you don't actually start off as a rogue trader, but you very quickly become a rogue trader in the story. And once you do, you're going to be in charge of a ship. You're also going to have companions. And if you've ever played any of Owlcat's previous games, they did Pathfinder Kingmaker and Pathfinder Wrath of the Righteous. Both those games had a 6-person party system. So does this game. So you are going to be controlling your main character, who's the rogue trader. And then after that, you're going to be controlling the other characters who join your party as you recruit them along the way. You can set your difficulty right out of the gate, and then you get to this screen, which is the PreGeneration. So like many other RPGs, you have the choice to pick an existing option which already has some stuff set up for you. This is a great option if you've not played the game before and you just want to get in very quickly to try out the tutorial and see if you like what you have to see. They've got a marksman set up for you, a adept, and a fighter. Now, what's important to understand here is that there is no class system in this game. Instead, they're called doctrines. That took me for a loop when I first got going, because I was like, wait a second, what? Backgrounds are backgrounds, I understand that. Abilities, I understand those. They use talents here, which are like feats. But the doctrines thing took me for a spin. I was like, what? Wait a second, what? Oh, classes, you mean classes. So they're giving you 3 right out of the gate. You've got a fighter, which are very standard. If you've ever played a fighter before in any other game, they're the same thing here. Adepts are... They use intelligence and perception to exploit weaknesses. I don't want to say that they're casters, but they can be casters. It's a weird... They do things slightly different here. And of course, marksman, which is a ranged character who do all sorts of ranged damage. But these are quick and easy ways to get into the game if you just want to go from there. But what most people are interested in, and what I'm going to be covering in today's video in this beginner's guide, is the custom character. So this is creating your own rogue trader from scratch. There's a whole bunch of information here to go through. It's deep. The Warhammer 40K lore is super in-depth. I'm still learning it. There's a lot to cover here, but I do have enough to get you this quick guide, everybody. And remember, this guide is for the beta version of the game. So as we get into the custom character creation, they're going to show you bits and pieces of things that aren't quite ready because the game hasn't actually gotten to launch yet. So once the game actually goes live in December of 2023, it's going live on December 7th, we will of course be doing updated versions of all of our guides, which is the same thing we did for Baldur's Gate 3. We did a bunch of content creation and guides during the early access process, and then once the game went live, we redid everything for the live game. So we're going to be doing the exact same thing here. If that all sounds good to you, like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you never miss an update. We're doing lots of other games apart from Rogue Trader, so check out all the other playlists, multi-streaming here on YouTube and on Twitch. You can also check the Discord, links are down below, and if you're a member of the channel, there's lots of private member videos for those of you who want to go in the deep end with the rest of the community. So right off the bat, you're going to choose your appearance. You've got portraits, which is similar to many other games. Now I'm assuming they're going to be adding more of these to the game once it goes live, but this is what we've got right now in the game. So just pick one. Then you can go in here and you can do the body type. And again, these options may change between now and launch. This is all kind of standard stuff. It's not that important to the overall character creation process. So we're just going to go through here really quick and pick a couple of things. Pick some tattoos if we want. Maybe this. Something like that, maybe. Actually, I don't see any tattoos showing up visibly. That's interesting. I wonder if they're bugged. Implants. Also not seeing those. So, voiceover if you want.
A new challenge for me.
They've only got one of each, so go from there. And then we go to the next. Now this is where we're getting a lot of lore information, but also look down at the attribute modifiers, because these choices are going to adjust things slightly. You're also going to get features related to some of these backgrounds. So looking at like Death World, you're going to get Survival Instinct as an unlocked feature, and it's going to adjust your stats accordingly. And these are the talents that are going to be available for upgrade when you're leveling up, and these are slightly different for all of these different worlds that you choose. So this is roleplay, but also meta. So you can spend a lot of time in here in the homeworld section figuring out exactly what you want to choose. And you'll notice some of these, like this one says on the feudal world, it says work in progress. This homeworld is missing some content. The full version will be available in the release version of the game. Like I said, that's one of the reasons we're going to be redoing these guides once the game goes live. So let's just pick, we'll pick Death World for now, because that one seems to be pretty fleshed out. Click Next. Now we're choosing your origin. And again, this is something that's going to unlock features, as well as attribute modifiers, skill modifiers, and additional talents along the way, and they're all slightly different. So we've got the Astra Militarium Commander, the Commissaire, the Vagabond, the Minstorium Priest, the Navy Officer, Noble, Sanctioned Psyker Biomancer, Sanctioned Psyker Diviner. Let's go with let's just go with Navy Officer. We get Brace for Impact. We get +5 to Agility and Fellowship, Commerce Demolition, and then we get Do Not Falter, Scatter, and Perfect Timing. So take your time, read through these, go from here. Triumph is a work in progress. Will be available in the release version of the game, so you can skip this for now in the beta. Darkest Hours, similarly, work in progress. Pick it later. And now we get to the actual class section, or what we would traditionally call classes in other games. These are called doctrines in Warhammer 40K and Rogue Trader. And right now, the only ones you can choose from are their Tier 1 doctrines. There are Tier 2 doctrines available, but you have to level up through your chosen Tier 1 first. The Tier 2s have additional prerequisites. So we'll get into those in a different video, but essentially, in order to get to Assassin, you would need to have, as it says here, Doctrine, Fighter, or Adept. So you would first need to level up as a Fighter, and then you'll get access to the Assassin. Or you could do it as an Adept and eventually get to it. Vanguard, we can actually look at here. Hang on. I hit the wrong button there. You can look at these if you'd like to scroll through in greater detail. So you can click on this button right here, and this will show you all of the different skills that you can get. And we're going to go through this in a different video, explaining all of this in greater detail. But essentially, when you choose your doctrine or your class, you're going to start off here at the top, and you work your way around in a clockwise fashion. So every time you level, you're going to choose one of these things. So the first time you level up, you're going to choose these two. The next time, you're going to choose these two. The next time, you're going to choose these two. The next time, choose these two. So this takes you from level 1 all around. I think it's 14, 15, all the way through. And then after you get done with the Tier 1, we can get into Tier 2. Now, the Tier 2 stuff doesn't apply to us right now because you can't access it during character creation. But I did want to briefly mention what this is about. So, the Fighter, this one has a thumbs up on it because the Fighter is actually the recommended one for what we've chosen at the moment, based on our homeworld origins, so on and so forth. But there's a variety of ways to play the game. So the Fighter is a combatant. The Leader is currently in limited form in the beta, but it's essentially you're a buffer. You're a utility class that adds a bunch of abilities to all of your allies in the group, which makes them even better at what they excel at normally. adepts are, like I said, they're sort of like a caster. You could think of these guys as the psychers, your wizards, so to speak. And then, of course, your marksmen who use ranged weapons. And there are a lot of different ranged weapons in this game. You've got las rifles, pistols, shotguns, all sorts of crazy stuff. So when you're looking at the types of classes you want to play or the doctrines, this is when you're going to go through here and pick what it is that you want to be. So let's just say we want to be a fighter. Quick commercial break, everyone, to give a shout out to our first official guild officer, Bubbalonia, as well as all of the guild champions, and of course, all of the members who help keep me on the air full time. To join as a member, simply click that join button below and pick your tier, but you can also support with SuperChats on any live stream or premiere, or SuperThanks on any upload or YouTube short. Don't forget the Discord. Let's get back to the video. We then click on, this is the button you're looking for right here, by the way. It's like a little loop on the top right. You see that? That's what opens up this window. So this is what's going to show you all of the abilities. So it says, when you start off, you're going to get, you get the keystone ability, which is charge. And then you're going to go through from here, and you would be able to, when you level up next, you're going to choose an available ability, and you're going to go down through here, and you're going to choose one of these things from the list. And then after that, you're going to choose an appropriate skill to level up a little bit. And then we'll get into your keystone abilities, unlocking more available talents to choose from, more abilities unlocked, more skills, and so on and so forth. And you just keep going around as you level up. So let's just say we want fighter. We're going to click next. Now we get into your different skills and stats. So you have 30 points to spend here. And all of these do different things. So your weapons skills do weapons. You have ballistic skills, strength, toughness, agility, intelligence, perception, willpower, and fellowship. Now, all of these do unique things. So it's a little bit different than your traditional, like, Dungeons & Dragons or Pathfinder, where you've just got strength, dex, intelligence, wisdom, con, charisma. You got a lot more going on here. So you have your weapons skills, which is your competence in close quarters combat. Then there's the ballistic skill, which is ranged weapons. And then there's strength, which is your muscle and physical power related to your melee damage. Then there's toughness, which is, of course, hit points, but also injuries, toxins, so on and so forth. Agility is your quickness, reflexes, and poise. Intelligence is related to your reason and general knowledge, which is great for lore checks, and there are a lot of lore checks in this game, as well as general just knowledge and so on and so forth. Perception is your ability to pick out different things on the ground, also be able to get extrational dialogue in conversations if someone's lying to you. Willpower is, it says here, withstanding the horrors of war, the terrors of space, dreadful opponents that you're going to come across. It's also for psychic powers. So if you're going to be a psyker, willpower is going to be a very important stat. And then fellowship is, especially for leaders, it's your ability to be persuasive, but also your ability to lead other characters and having your force of personality, as they say. It's kind of like charisma, but it's more than that. So it is a unique stat and a unique stat system. So you can see here, based on the choices we made with our homeworld and origin and so on and so forth, our skills already have a certain amount of points in them. And if we go over here and adjust things over here, we're going to see that number be adjusted a little bit. So let's take toughness up a little bit. My carouse just went up. That's my ability to resist negative effects and substances, which is really cool. Strength will take up. That's going to move my athletics up a little bit. So if this character is going to be a soldier, as an example, I would probably want him to have weapons skill of, say, let's have him a base of 40, a strength of 40, maybe a toughness of 40, agility 40. These are all really good starting. And maybe, depending on what I want him doing, let's give him intelligence as well. Why not? And those have adjusted my stats accordingly over here. Tech use, medica, lore, so on and so forth. And from here, we can go to next. And this is where you get into naming your flagship. Now, You're not actually going to be able to do anything with the flagship during the early hours of the game, but you will eventually get access to a ship, and you're going to be controlling the ship. So you can just, at this point, all you can do in the beta is name the ship, and from here you can get into the summary of your character, and this is when you get to see everything laid out in this format right here. So we can see your doctrine, your background. You know, I came from a death world. I'm a Navy officer. I've got brace for impact and charge as my starting abilities, and these are all of my starting stats, my characteristics, and all of the various stats that I have associated with those abilities. So that is the quick and easy version of character creation, thus the ultimate beginner's guide for those of you who are interested in getting involved in the Rogue Trader beta, or you are prepping for the Rogue Trader launch. I will be playing this game as my primary game for the month of December, as it launches on December 7th. And in the meantime, we're doing about once a week, twice a week sometimes, we're doing a Let's Play series as we continue to explore the beta, and I have, of course, am doing guides around this game as well. So if you like all that kind of stuff and you want to know more, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you never miss an update. Check out the playlist, links are down below. And if you want to support to keep me on the air full time, all you do is drop a super thanks on this video or join as a member of the channel. And don't forget, we're multi-streaming these days on YouTube and Twitch, so hopefully we'll see you over there as well. Until next time, everybody, stay safe and happy gaming.